Greetings. My name is Tom, and this is maryisanewevangelization.com. Tom, just call me Tom, Tom, whatever your dialect is. Tom, Tom. Simple, very simple. Okay, this is the Confessions of an American Sikh. Okay, uh, Gursant Singh is the author. That's his picture there. Uh, he is an American-born Sikh who got involved with um, Yogi Bhajan and his H2O society and the Espanola community. 30 years with them, and was security for Yogi Bhajan. Had him personally, conversations with him. Yogi Bhajan told this guy, he would be, greater than whatever. He brought Jesus into it. Yogi Bhajan misled this guy. Yogi Bhajan promised him all kinds of things, but what he had him do was evil, corrupt uh, things like stealing money from people under Yogi Bhajan's rule. This guy who was raised Christian, Gursant, raised Christian, then he ends up um, getting some kind of self-help because he was depressed and he was having astral projections as a kid, and he loved Jesus, but he didn't know where to go with it. I guess he didn't feel safe inside the church to explore these astral projections, and these supernatural experiences he was having, which to me was a mistake. But God used it because Gursant has been on this amazing journey that eventually led him to prison in India, because he was part of a conspiracy, they claim, to rip women off, through a dating service. So he had like 50 interviews with women in India to marry, and his boss was taking a cut. These women were paying to meet Gursant. That's what was going on. They're paying to meet Gursant and to convince Gursant to marry them. So Gursant goes along with it for some reason. He couldn't make his mind up, right? And he's like, Gursant, Mr. Brilliant, right? You probably got a major super IQ, and you like go along with this. So that's where, and I'm not your judge. Jesus Christ is all of our judge. Okay, we're going to have to answer to him. I'm not your judge. All I'm saying is this: if I were in your shoes, then I would say that, you were guilty by stupidity. Okay, you should have known that this guy was, ripping these ladies off. So that's where, okay, so that being said, all right, he who is without sin cast the first stone. So I'm not here to judge you. All I'm saying is, as I'm going through you in India and the frustration, um, okay, whatever, like, there's worse sins, so, but anyway, you were honest, and I appreciated your honesty, and I really feel, I don't know, the India experience was interesting to read about because I've never been to India. So just read the book for just a cultural experience. Anybody listening to this, get the book, read it, because you learn so much about the Indian culture. You learn about the life in that great Sikh temple out there, and then like the Hindu beliefs. So Gursant, who was a Christian, became a self-help Sikh uh, slash cult yoga kundalini community, and he was like part of like worship, Hindu worship, and that's against the Sikh religion. The Sikh religion only says there's one true God, but here Gursant gets mixed up in this group, that they're mixing, they are doing other worship. So anyway, he goes to India to look for a wife. In the meantime, he finds out about Yogi Bhajan and Yogi Bhajan's history in India and how he was discredited in India. And there was an actual book that a doctor in India wrote, like totally exposing Bhajan. Okay. So, but in the meantime, Gursant loves him because, I don't know, he fell for him. He got spellbound by Yogi, and Yogi shouldn't have allowed that to happen. I mean, Jesus didn't allow that to happen. Those apostles weren't like under a spell or something like that. I mean, he was totally honest with them, brutally honest. I mean, guys, look, I'm going to be crucified. I'm going to be handed over. You understand? He wasn't telling them, hey, let's get rich, let's make our paradise here on earth. No, Jesus didn't do that. He told them what was going to happen. Because as long as the forces of evil are on this earth with us, we're in battle. It's not human against human. It's human against evil. That's what the battle is here. It's not even God against evil. It's humans against evil. God's not tempted by evil. We are. Human beings are tempted by evil. Okay, so Yogi gets tempted by evil, money, women, right? Who wouldn't be tempted? He had these women, these absolutely beautiful, athletic, spiritual women, like worshiping him. Seriously. Now, who could withstand that kind of temptation? Seriously, who could stand that kind of temptation? That you could be surrounded and your wife's cool with it, and you could be surrounded by beautiful women all the time. You have all the money that you need or want, and all you got to do in return is give them these magic potions of Kundalini yoga that are supposed to take care of all their problems. And you tell them that the spirit doesn't enter the body until 4 months of a baby. So basically, the American women who bought into, and the American men who bought into the fact that Yogi Bhajan, God Almighty, says that he doesn't put souls in babies till 4 months, so go ahead and abort up to 4 months, but not after 4 months. Okay, and these women believed him. How many of them had abortions because of Yogi Bhajan? How many of them, have used birth control, not having lots of babies? Like, how spiritual is that? You're like claiming to be the most spiritual people on earth with all these gifts and magic mantras, and you can make everybody feel better, okay, yet you're not encouraging people to have children. So who are you working for? That's the thing. If you're working against the human race, then you're not serving God at all. And Gursant is pointing that out. He's trying through this book to wake people up. And if you're part of Yogi Bhajan, you have got to come clean on all of this stuff. The criminal activity, the abortions, the false worship of false gods of Hinduism. Okay, and finally, And get the book, Gursant. I appreciate it. I really do. But finally, the people in Espanola, okay, who have Our Lady of Guadalupe sprawled against the wall in their chapel, I'll call it. Okay, now, Our Lady of Guadalupe, whoa, there you are, does not support abortion. She does not support contraception. She is a mother. She supports motherhood. Femininity means motherhood. If you can't be a beautiful mother, you're you're half of a woman. Now, don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying if it's not, if circumstances or, vows of celibacy, I respect all of that, okay? It's not that. It's the, you can't, you can't think that you're better than women who are having children, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 children. These women are having children. They don't have the time to just meditate all the time. They're raising kids constantly, you know. So that is the Sikh religion affirms the sanctity of human life. So you can't be calling yourself Sikh and then having an image of Our Lady of Guadalupe and then condoning abortion. Just can't do it. So anyway, what's going on is very important for everybody, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Sikh, whether you're Kundalini Yoga, whether you're Protestant. This is very important because and I'm going to close with this. Gursant said something that was toward the end of his book that I thought was everything, okay? He said that it was through the suffering and adversity that he came to God by surrendering everything to God. It was out of his control. He was completely boxed in to a system that he couldn't get out of. So he had to trust in God completely. And he had known all the yoga that Yogi taught him and more. And he was teaching there in India. So but that didn't help him. That did not help him. It was totally surrendering and putting his trust completely in the loving arms and heart of God. That's what changed his life. And that, hey, is the message of Christianity, okay? It's nothing we can do. We can't earn our salvation. It is surrendering. It is completely surrendering to God. Your entire life, everything you are, everything you have, every thought you have, just surrender it to God and let God, become a channel of God. That's what Gursant is saying. None of this false worship and like just making money off of God. I mean, come on. All right, thanks, Gursant. I hope that we can, meet. I would really like that. And congratulations on your new family.